All right, Dave. Governor Whitmer is facing growing criticism over 3 separation deals with top officials in the state government.
Former DHS Director Robert Gordon was paid $155,000. Ex-Unemployment Insurance Agency Director Steve Gray received nearly $86,000. And former Deputy Director of Health and Human Services Sarah Esty had a separation pact.
So what is a separation deal? They are often used to keep one or both sides from disparaging one another and maintaining confidentiality between both parties. As the controversy over those golden parachutes continues, 7 investigator Ross Jones is digging into just how common these deals really are and whether the governor is following her own advice about government transparency.
It is not uncommon for a separation agreement to be struck, whether it is in the private sector.
Governor Whitmer stayed on her talking points today, not disclosing why she paid Robert Gordon, the former head of the state's Department of Health and Human Services, a $155,000 severance that came with a confidentiality clause after he abruptly resigned in January.
There's not much more that I can add to beyond that. That's the whole story.
But there's plenty of this story we still don't know. In addition to Gordon, former Unemployment Insurance Agency Chief Steve Gray also left in November with $86,000 in severance and a confidentiality clause of his own. Both of their departments were embroiled in controversy since COVID struck. At Health and Human Services, Whitmer's shutdown orders and her policy to transport COVID patients to nursing homes were frequently criticized. At the Unemployment Insurance Agency, Gray and his team often took months to pay out benefits to those laid off.
I think what you can draw from a situation like this is the parties at issue did not want one another to be making comments on the parting of the ways.
While deals like these are more often seen in private business, employment attorney Deborah Gordon says they do happen in government.
Packages are awarded. We've seen that many times over the years. We've seen them from the city of Detroit and officials that leave there, the counties, Wayne County.
But other high-profile Whitmer appointees have left her administration recently without the deals Gordon and Gray received. Jay Rising, Whitmer's former cabinet secretary, told me when he left in August, there was no severance or confidentiality clause. The same was true of Budget Director Chris Kolb when he left in December.
I think your interest, the media's interest, and the public's interest is undoubtedly, why is this money being paid? How is this happening and why? And I think, that's a very appropriate question.
Well, Governor Whitmer has gone to lengths not to answer that question. She was singing a very different tune when she was Senator Whitmer.
The governor's actions have been a far cry from the open and transparent governor he promised the people of Michigan that he would be.
That was Whitmer in 2013, railing against then-Governor Rick Snyder over his failures to keep his own promises of government transparency.
Rather than bowing to put his cards down on the table for all to see, he's doubled down on his efforts to not only maintain the shroud of secrecy, but even legitimize it.
Tonight, Whitmer's office has not said who else walked away with a severance beyond Sarah Esty. She was a deputy in the Department of Health and Human Services who left with 4 weeks' pay, but no requirement to stay quiet. From Southfield, Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Ross, thank you.